Everyone. So happy Sunday. I think, yes, my mic is working. You just never know with these things, because it doesn't always work. Also, multi-chat is fixed. I have fixed it. I don't know what the issue was, but I just uninstalled it and reinstalled it again, and now it's... So next time... How about now? Does it work properly now? Hello, whoa. There's so many of you today. Hi. Welcome. It's okay now, the mic? Okay, good. So what was I saying? Oh yes, basically, I don't know why multi-chat wasn't working, but I tried a couple things it said to do online, didn't work, so I just disinstalled the thing. Although, to be honest, you don't actually install it, you just delete all the files related to it and then re-download them again. So that's what I did. And now it works. It's all good. So next time that happens, I'll just have to delete StreamerBot and download it again. When will you start Elden Ring, Laura? Okay, so the plan is that next I'm going to play Silent Hill 2 Remake after Tomb Raider. Which is here, by the way. The game has arrived, so I will be playing that after Tomb Raider. And then I don't know. I would go through and say hello to all of you, but oh my god, there's so many of you. So maybe I won't today. I don't know why, but today your YouTube live was not on my feed. I had to manually go to channel homepage. Well, that's rude. What the heck, YouTube algorithm? That's okay. I guess, yeah, I don't know. I don't know why that happens, but you know. Yeah, so next it will be Silent Hill 2 Remake. Then it seems that people really want me to play The Last of Us, so I was thinking I would play that afterwards. I still need to buy that game, but probably that will be in the next one. And then I will start Elden Ring. Because I want to make sure that... I figured I'd just get those games out of the way first. Because Elden Ring is going to be quite lengthy, I think. Yes, hello everyone. Good morning, good day, good evening, and good night, depending on where you are in the world. Last of Us is a really good series. I do hear a lot of good things about it. Yeah, Elden Ring will be long. Is Laura brave enough to play Elden Ring? I am. But we'll see if I end up finishing it or not. Do you have a rank 1? What do you mean rank 1? Dr. Fish and Trips, hello. I still can't get over the fact you've added a doctor in your username. Hi, Chocoloco James. The Last of Us Part 2. Yeah, I will play Part 2 as well, probably, but it may, you know, I might not play it straight after The Last of Us Part 1. Because it is true. I still don't know whether to believe you when you say that you're a doctor or not, Fish. I don't know why. And the other thing is I literally envision you as a fish because I've never seen you. So I just... when I think of what you must look like, my brain thinks of a fish. Like a tuna or something. A fish with a monocle, yeah, exactly. Hi, Nilly for life. White sky. Okay, I'm going to try and say hello to people as and when you pop up in chat. Hi, Tom. The Doctor of Ramming is in the house. Yes, the Doctor of Ramming. The Doctor of cutting off everyone's RAM supply. A Cadbury fish. Oh my god. A Cadbury fish, yes. Think of the fish news anchor on SpongeBob. Yeah, that's basically how I imagine fish to be. Bonjour, Laura. Did you play Outer Wilds? I haven't played Outer Wilds. Or a clownfish. A clownfish works as well. Yes. But how is everyone? Are you having a nice weekend so far? I haven't done much. I've Silent Hill 2 remake arrived today in the post, which was cool. I had a nice delivery yesterday, which is what I'm going to be opening in a minute, which I'm very excited about. Feeling good, just picked up some GameCube games from CEX. Oh, that's cool. Did you what did you find there, Amber? Any good pickups? I was cooking last night. Okay, so I ended the stream because usually I cook on Sunday, right? So I ended the stream, went downstairs, and my dad had already started cooking, and neither of my parents messaged me to say, hey, Dad's taking over cooking duties today, so you can keep streaming if you want. To be honest, it doesn't matter because I was starting to feel tired anyway. So I probably would have ended the stream around there anyway, really, but how's your throat, Laura? Sounds a tiny bit strained. I mean, I think I am coming down with something, although I don't feel as bad as I did yesterday. Yesterday I had a sore throat. Today it just feels... It's not sore, but it's a little bit... I don't know. My voice sounds a little bit strained for some reason. Maybe it's because I've been streaming so much and therefore talking more than usual. Not that I talk a huge amount while playing games, but your dad's home. Yes. My dad is back in the UK permanently now. He now works in the UK again because he was working away, but now he permanently is back. Is a new cat in the box? Maybe. Streaming, yeah, 5 streams this week. That will not be a common occurrence. I will not be streaming 5 days a week very often. I got Zelda Wind Waker and Ocarina of Time, a Tony Hawk game, and... Oh, there we go. And Sonic Adventure DX. I'm tracking down a list that people have recommended to me recently. Oh, that's fun. Zelda Wind Waker. I really want to play Ocarina of Time. For many reasons. Obviously because it's so, like, acclaimed by the gaming community. And people talk about it so much as one of the best and most important games. But also because apparently Dark Cloud was somewhat inspired by Zelda Ocarina of Time, I think. So there's that as well. I think since you started streaming, you've never talked this much in your life. Yeah. This is the most I have ever talked in my life. I don't trust the gaming community. That is fair. That is fair. I do and don't. I take a lot of what the gaming community says with a pinch of salt. Dark Cloud was inspired by Zelda Ocarina. Well, there's elements that are in Dark Cloud that do kind of remind people of Ocarina of Time a bit. It's very different to a Zelda game, but I think they might have taken some inspiration. A lot of people back in the day were comparing it to Zelda. But it isn't actually like Zelda when you play it. It kind of just looks like it has a similar vibe on the surface. And there are some certain gameplay elements that are somewhat similar, I suppose. And also, yeah, Toan, the main character in Dark Cloud, does look quite a lot like Link. Just the vibes, you know, the Link vibes are there. Have you played Dark Chronicle? I haven't yet. But I will be playing it because I have the game. Oh, thank you for resubscribing, Bulmerald. 5 months now. Wow. Thank you. I'd totally watch you stream Skyward Sword. We'll see. Maybe I will stream some Zelda in the future. I'm actually playing through Breath of the Wild right now. And it's fun. I haven't played it in a couple days, but would you want to stream Dark Cloud? Oh yes, that is happening. I'm definitely going to be streaming Dark Cloud at some point. I've been really wanting to do it, but I've been holding off because there's some other games that I've been wanting to play. No Azuma though, please. You don't want me to stream more Azuma? Are you fed up with that game now, Fish? A YouTuber who loves Zelda called Iron404 said on his stream he wants to be friends with you. Really? Oh, I have seen his channel, I think. I think I've come across his channel. Yeah, I think I have. Okay. Maybe I'll reach out to him then. I'm here for Tomb Raider. I do like Tomb Raider. Tomb Raider's really, really great. To be honest though, Tomb Raider that I've been playing at the moment, I'm still not sure about it. Tomb Raider 2013. I'm kind of... So far it's been okay. And the weird thing is that I get into it more at times. And then a bit less in others. I don't know how to explain it. It's like the start of it was kind of boring. And then it got better. And then I was getting a bit bored again. I don't know how to explain it. It's kind of like it has its ups and downs with me, I suppose, that game so far. Overall, I would say that I'm feeling kind of on the fence with it still. I definitely don't like it as much as the other Tomb Raiders. It's a little bit over the top for me, in my opinion. It is a lot, to be honest. You go to uni? Oh no, I finished school years ago. I'm all done with school, college, all of that stuff. I'm here for the cat. Laura is just a bonus. Yes, I do know that a lot of you are just here for Mitzi. Where is she? I don't know where Mitzi is today, but she is not in here. Did you finish the FF7 Ultimania book? It looked cool. I haven't read through the whole thing. I've basically just gone through it and looked at all of the images and read little sections here and there, but I haven't read the whole thing yet. I still need to do that, to be honest. What about the £900 a year did you not like? What are you talking about? Petition to change name to Mitzi's Cloud Save. Honestly, maybe I should. Yeah. Hey, how are you? I'm good. Joseph Rivas, how are you? Oh, the uni fees. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Sorry. I think the reason why it takes a little while for me to catch on to these jokes is because I went to school in France and universities there are free. So, well, the public universities are. So it takes me a little while and I have to think, oh yeah, unis in the UK are not free. Yeah. University fees, they're no fun. So a college. Free uni, well, yeah. University in France is free, the public ones. The UK has free healthcare and France has free education. Unless you go to a private school, of course. I hope the cat pays us a visit during the stream. Have a nice day, everyone. You too. Igor Jazz, you have a nice day. I hope Mitzi does turn up because, you know, I like having Mitzi on stream. Mitzi speaks fluent Laura, yes. Fluent Laura. Or do I speak fluent Mitzi? That's the question. Who knows? Neither is free in the US as poor Americans. Oh, yeah. That sucks. The US government, they need to do something about that. Anyways, shall I unbox the things? I'm going to be streaming for at least a couple hours anyway, so I guess we don't have to get straight into the two things I have to unbox, but I am very excited to open them because I purposely haven't opened them yet. I've taken them out of the big box to make sure that they sent the right things, but other than that, I haven't opened them. Pay doctors more. I agree. Yeah. Doctors needs to be paid more. You know, it's really interesting how our societal system works. You've got people that kick a ball around on a field that earn millions, and then doctors, in comparison, earn fuck all. Sorry for swearing, but... Isn't Laura's dad a doctor? He's not a doctor. My dad's an engineer, though. Why not close the door fully? That's so that Mitzi can get in and out. My cat. And teachers, yes. Teachers, oh god, teachers really need to be paid more, honestly. Especially for what they have to put up with. It's okay, at least you didn't say the J word. True. Thanks for the bits, Bart the Gamer. Unboxing hype. I'd love to be a postwoman or something, but have to keep a corporate job to afford to live. Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? If I went back to like a regular job now, I think I was actually doing a job where I was supposed to be I was working in this company's warehouse, picking and, you know, packing orders and stuff, but the delivery driver often either would have too much to deliver on his van, or there would be a couple places he'd have to go to that were completely like a different part of town. So I would sometimes have to deliver, and I didn't mind doing that. It was quite nice driving around in this van. Inventory management, basically, yeah. basically. Persona 5 has good insights into the relationship between the attitudes of individual people and systematic corruption. One more reason to play to the end. Ah. Yes, I've heard about the themes, and it seems like I would really like the themes in that game. They're trying to replace teachers with AI robots where you are? Oh god, please no. I don't... Like, sure, AI can gather information, but I really don't think that, like, teaching kids with just AI robots is a good thing. I think you really... Because the thing with schools is I really think you need actual people there, because school isn't just about learning. It's, you know, academic things. It's about interacting with other kids, learning to interact with other kids. Sometimes kids get bullied. Would AI know what to do with kids getting bullied by other kids? I don't know. Probably not. They probably wouldn't offer great support. Though, in my experience when I was at school, teachers didn't often teachers didn't offer great support to kids that were being bullied anyway, but it depends. Some teachers are good in that sense. Some teachers are very good at trying to support students. It depends. I just think that I went to schools, unfortunately, that didn't have teachers that were that bothered about that sort of thing, really. They tried to be like, get over it. I hated school. Me too, to be honest. I did not like school. I wouldn't go back and drop out, if that makes sense, but I didn't like school. I think it was good in the sense that obviously I learned a lot of things there, but it was good to forcibly expose myself to other people as well. Might just be a French thing. Maybe. I don't know. Games were my school. Same, to be honest. Me too. Not only the cast is better, but Persona 5 is a joke compared to 4. The difficulty is virtually non-existent. Okay. Well, I'd like to start with 5, and I'll play 4 and 3 as well. And then maybe I'd even go back and play 2 and 1, although I know that 2 and 1 are quite different to the later games. I hated school too, but I had some fun memories there, like friends, drawings, animations, and sculptures. Yeah. Some of my core memories are definitely from school. There were definitely good moments that made the whole experience somewhat worth it at the end of the day. Even if a lot of it was unpleasant, but you know. Okay. I am going to open these things now. Do you guys want to see what they are? Like it says in the title of the stream, FF7 related, 2 things. I have 2 things. And let's just say they're part of the same set. Well, go on then. They're not Pokemon cards. Yes, they're FF7 related. Okay, I'll show you. They are figures. Ooh, okay. They are Aerith and Cloud, the Adorable Arts figures. I don't want to see a Chadley action figure. Could you imagine if they released a Chadley action figure? I've been wanting these for months, and I finally bought them. I don't really know why I decided I'd open them on the stream, but I figured, you know what, I like to do these chatty streams every now and then. But if I just keep doing chatty streams where there's literally nothing else going on, I feel like it will get boring eventually because I'll run out of things to say. Where is Barrett? Did they make a Barrett? I can't remember if they made a Barrett of these. Of the Adorable Arts line. But if they haven't, they should. At the moment, I've only got Cloud and Aerith because they're my two favorite characters, but I got them from the Square Enix store. How much did they cost? They're about 64 quid each. And then, did I have to pay shipping on top of that? I can't remember. They came to 100 and something. I kind of wasn't that bothered about the price. I thought, I am buying them, and that's that. Yeah, they came to 100 and... I think it might have been 140 something. Yeah, 64 quid each. They're not cheap, but they're cheaper than the Bring Arts figures were, because I've got Cloud and Aerith Bring Arts up in front of my PS5, but they were over 100 quid, 120 something each. Because I don't know how... I think they were probably about that on the Square Enix store, but I also ended up buying them at MCM Comic Con a couple years ago, and you have to pay Comic Con tax when you buy stuff there. I saw them in the wild and I was like, I have to get them. In fact, what I did with the Bring Arts figures when I saw them, I went up to a stand where they were selling figures, and I saw Cloud and Aerith, and they had Tifa, and I was like, I need to get Cloud. So I bought Cloud, and I felt bad about leaving Aerith behind, but I thought, no, Laura, be financially responsible. Just get one of them, and then you can buy the other one in a few months' time or something. So I walked away and I left Aerith. But then I felt really sad that I'd left Aerith behind. So I went back and bought Aerith as well. That's what I did. And now I've got the adorable arts figures, so I'm going to... I don't know which one to start with. Should I open Cloud first? I'll open Cloud first because he's the main character. Exactly, we can't leave Aerith behind. I'm just weird like that. So you saw Tifa and chose to ignore her. Well, I didn't want to leave Tifa either, but there was two Clouds, so she was left behind with one of the Clouds, you see. I didn't want to leave Aerith behind, though. I decided that Aerith would be paired with my Cloud. So yes, I'm going to open Cloud first. Look how cute he is! This is him with his little Buster sword. Okay, I'm going to open it. I'm so excited. I get very excited about my silly little toys. Oh, I don't want to damage the box. Come on. And I'm shaking, probably because I'm on stream, so this isn't going to go well. Oh, okay. I'm damaging... There we go. I may have damaged the box a tiny little bit, but that's okay. Okay. Does Aerith have her stuff? I think she does. Okay, the box is open, guys. The box is open. Well, devs left Aerith behind. They may have, but I would never do that. Hi, Ubiselfs. You've arrived at a good time. I'm opening my Cloud Adorable Arts figure. What does it smell like? Okay, I almost dropped half of it on the floor. It just smells like plastic. Okay, I'm going to take Cloud out. He's under so much stuff. Oh my god, he's so cute, look! Look at him! He's so cute! Oh, here's the tiny Buster sword. You see that? The Buster sword. He's already basically in that pose. Let me get this plastic off of here. They've already put him in this pose where he's supposed to hold the sword up behind his head. Does he stand up on his own? With he does stand up without the stand. Is it sharp? Slightly. The tip of it is a little bit sharp. But as long as you don't give it to a kid, it should be fine. Though, to be honest, these things aren't for children anyway. I need to open the other part. Laura opens toys on stream. Does Mitzi ever go for your figures? Pepper and Panda like to chew my Lego. Oh no. She doesn't go for my figures, just my manga. Don't know why. Is it made of plastic? Yes. It's definitely plastic. There's also this face you can put on him. I don't think, it's a little bit blurry if I hold it up to the webcam, but you know. If I had it on autofocus, it would look bad. This is basically, I never bought myself anything to celebrate reaching Twitch partner, so this is also to celebrate Twitch partner. A bit late, but you know, not the manga. Yeah. The manga gets attacked. How do I stick this in your hand, Cloud? I'm trying to get the sword in his hand. Without breaking it, of course. We don't want to break anything. Because if I was to put it in this way, that's the wrong way. We don't want to put it in that way. This is very fragile, actually. Come on. Get in there. I'm scared to put it in. I don't want it to break. Can you open the eyes? No, you can't open the eyes on that extra head of his. They're just painted on. Look at him. He's tiny. I can like hold him like this. Okay, now I really want to get Aerith out of her box. I'm going to move this stuff out the way. It's cool that he stands on his own, though. I don't know if he'll stand on my hand. My hand's shaking too much, so no. But he does stand on his own without the stand, but there's also a stand you can put him on. Just in case. Where are you going to put them? For now, they're going to go on my bookcase, but I might put them next to my CRT. When I do my retro gaming corner behind me, which is going to be in the next week or so. Hi Laura, been a lurker for a while now. Congrats on your Twitch partnership. Thank you, Angelosa. Clearly Laura is Team Aerith and not Tifa. Yes. Aerith is my favourite character, so... So I guess that would make me Team Aerith. I do actually ship Clarith and Clotty, but Aerith is my favourite character, so I do have a preference for Clarith. And I'm going to open Aerith up as well, without damaging the box, please. I would love to get not Aerith, Tifa figures in the future as well, though. My god, open. I don't want to damage the box. Okay. Wait, I didn't show the side of the box. That's what the side of the box looks like. Some of the poses you can put her in. And it does definitely come with her stuff. Okay. I'm so excited to open up Aerith. I feel like a kid at Christmas. I can't choose between Aerith and Tifa. That's fair because they are so... I love both Aerith and Tifa. Come on, open. There we go. What about Sung and Aerith? What, as in a ship? I'd never thought about that. But I suppose they could be quite cute. She's, oh my god, she's so cute. Let me get this plastic off of you, Queen. Just a second. It's literally round her shoulders. There we go. Oh my god. Look at her, she's so cute. Oh my god. Good, she stands up on her own as well. They both stand up without the stand. Unless I knock her over. In that case, she falls over. Sorry, Aerith. She's... Also, the quality on these is really good. They have... They're kind of... They don't have as many parts as a Nendoroid would, I suppose, but I would say they're about the same quality as a Nendoroid, if you guys know what a Nendoroid is, if you've ever seen one. What about... Oh, Rude and Tifa? I quite like Rude and Tifa. I do prefer Cloud and Tifa to Rude and Tifa, though. I think it's implied Sung is in love with Aerith. Oh. Maybe. You might be right there. How many Clarith do you have now? Well, I have Cloud and Aerith Bring Arts figures in front of my PS5 on my shelf. I have them behind me. The two plushies next to that cat plushie. And now I have them as adorable arts figures as well. The moulding is really good on this though, actually. And the detail in Aerith's little dress and her jacket is very good. I'm impressed with these. As a very fussy person with figures, these are really cute. You don't like Zack and Aerith? I do like Zack and Aerith, but I prefer Cloud and Aerith, that's for sure. I think the thing with Zack and Aerith is they're really cute, but that's within the context of like who Aerith used to be, I suppose, because she's quite different when she gets a bit older, which is definitely, I think, in part from Zack's influence, but I just think that I just like the dynamic of Aerith and Cloud a lot more because this is definitely part of the reason I'm a huge fan of Opposites Attract. And they are opposites. And I love the like the banter they have and everything. It's really cute. Yes, a Clarith poster. I would like a Clarith poster. She has a little staff. She has... Okay, let me get her other head out. So you can give her her little face with her eyes closed. Like that. So that you can make it look like she's praying. She's also got her little praying hands. And she's got her staff. She doesn't have her flower bag. Flower basket, sorry. Which is a missed opportunity, in my opinion. But that's okay. Laura doesn't like nice guys. I do like nice guys. I love Zack. But, I don't know. I just think I would probably prefer Zack with Cisne. Probably. Does she have the holy materia in her hair? Well, I mean, you can't see it. Not that you would probably be able to. I think basically no, she doesn't, but you can pretend it's there. She likes Cloud and Aerith because she sees herself as Aerith and she likes Cloud. That is an assumption. Do I see myself as Aerith? I don't know. I see myself more as Cloud than I do Aerith. If that makes any sort of sense. Probably not. But I relate to Cloud a lot. And I do relate to Aerith as well, but I relate to Cloud the most out of the characters in FF7. And Aerith is my favorite character because she's kind of who kind of represents what I would like to be, if that makes sense. She's kind of an inspiring character to me. But yeah. There we go. Here they are, the two of them. Oh, cute. Cloud is slightly taller than Aerith. I like that Cloud is slightly taller than Aerith because he is, in fact, slightly taller than her. So they got the height difference right. They look awesome. Yes, they're super cute. Laura doesn't feel very Aerithy currently. You look like an Aerith type of person, though, in the best way. I shall take that as a compliment. Yeah. I need to figure out what I'm going to do for the thumbnail. Something like that. Like this. You can tell Laura is happy with her purchase. Yes, I'm very happy. Very happy with them. They're so cute. You look like Aerith if she drank too much tea and spoke French. I'll take that. I will take it, yes. Thank you. Your hair isn't spiky enough for you to be Cloud. Yeah, I don't look anything like Cloud. Where are you going to put them? For now, they're going to live on my bookshelf over there. And maybe I'll put them next to my CRT when, you know, over here when I've set up the retro gaming corner. We need to see Laura in a Cloud wig now. Oh my god. Don't know if you're a Kingdom Hearts fan or not, but they released a new photo today from the director to celebrate the 24th anniversary hype. I'm not a Kingdom Hearts fan yet, but I want to play Kingdom Hearts quite a lot. Because, you know, it's basically Final Fantasy meets Disney. And I don't like Disney, but I do like Final Fantasy. Are we playing FF7? If you mean on this stream, then no, unfortunately not. I'm just chatting, and I just opened these two little figures right here of Cloud and Aerith. I still can't get over how cute they are. But I will be replaying FF7 on stream in the future. Do you prefer sunny or cloudy weather? I prefer sunny weather, but I do like days that are slightly overcast as well. You actively don't like Disney? Well, I definitely don't like Disney the company, no. I don't like Disney the company. They're, yeah. They do a lot of interesting things, let's just say. But as for, I do like older Disney films. I'm not a huge fan of their modern ones, to be honest. Some of them are okay. I can't really get behind this whole obsession they have with turning every one of their classic films into a live action. It's like, you know, you do that if you want. I'm not going to bother watching them. The classic already exists. I'd rather have a brand new film. But even then, I'm not really a huge fan of their new stuff. I much prefer their 2D animated films. They're so charming. I kind of wish they would go back to that. No one likes Disney, the company. Yeah, probably not. One of my friends is a huge Disney fan. And I don't think, like, she would also probably say that she doesn't like the company Disney, but she loves, you know, the Disney IPs and the franchises and stuff and the movies. Can't stand the obsession with remakes nowadays. Yeah, I feel kind of the same. I understand it more with, oh my god, I can't speak. I understand it more with video games because things like movies are just a visual medium. You just look at it. So while films can age, like there's black and white films that have aged and the way they're filmed changes over time. But I think animation is a style, or a medium, should I say, that doesn't really age much, to be honest. So I don't really understand the need to remake those older films. But yeah, games I get, but the Disney remakes, no. Yeah, we feel the same then. I don't understand the need for remakes of films, really, that much. But games are a slightly different story because there's also things like game mechanics, controls, all of that stuff. If you go back to older games, they can feel quite clunky. Kind of depends on the game. I still find them charming, older games, and I still enjoy them a lot, even though they can have fairly clunky controls and be a bit hard to get into, and they don't have modern quality of life improvements and stuff, but I still do enjoy older games. But I do definitely understand video game remakes a lot more than films. Don't see the need for remakes of films much. Seems a bit unnecessary. Oh, Zach's redeemed a hydrate. Oh my god, I don't want to knock you two over, so I'm going to lay you down next to each other. There you go. Can't stay, but I can spray. Thank you, Zach. Some film remakes are good. Some of them are good. I guess it kind of depends. I would say, for example, with Disney, it feels unnecessary because the originals are so good. I don't see why you would need to. But if there's films where the original, they have a creative vision and they think we can actually really build on this and make a much better version of this, then I understand that. But I think a lot of the time it's kind of just corporate, you know, they just want more money. And it's also kind of like that with video games, to be honest, but I still understand it more with video games because there's a lot more that goes into a video game. It's not just a visual media, you know. Well, I say that films are just visual. There's also sound, you know, but you get what I mean. Look at Harry Potter. Why remake the same story already? Yes, that is a very good example as well. I don't really... Why was there a need to do that? I don't know. I don't know how well that remake is going to do. I'm not interested in watching it. But yeah. Stand up, Aerith. Aerith has a little more trouble standing up than Cloud does. I did get all the Disney Classics DVDs, but they are packed in a box somewhere in the attic now. Ooh. Yep. I have a friend who has all of the Disney Classics as well. Wait, there's a Harry Potter remake coming? Yeah, there is. I don't think it's going to be films, or maybe it is. I don't know if it's a film series, a series of films, or like a series with multiple episodes. I don't actually know. Also, the remakes lack so much colour, it's so odd. Yeah, that is... I don't understand that. It's very strange. Modern films, it kind of depends, but a lot of modern films just seem very washed out in terms of lighting and color compared to older ones. Not all of them, especially live action ones, I would say. With animated stuff, it's quite different. They can be like really colorful. Are you a J.K. Rowling fan? No. I mean, the thing is I was never into Harry Potter anyway. So I never was. And, well, we know what's been going on with J.K. Rowling. She's quite interesting recently. So, yeah. Oh my god, yeah, why are they so dark? Yeah, I don't know. No idea. I'm not going to bother with the Harry Potter remake. I'm a magician now. Break bills over Hogwarts. She's lost the plot. She's a very angry woman. That's what I'm getting from her. She's very angry. And I don't know what her problem is. The original Harry Potter were the best. Chamber of Secrets games were really good. Yeah. If I ever felt like rewatching Harry Potter, which I don't know if I would just watch the original films. As an American, I never once considered it possible for someone to be British and not be into Harry Potter. I figured it was a national pastime like us and baseball. Well, to be honest, a really large amount of people around my age are very into Harry Potter. It is very big here. It is very, very big, very popular. It's kind of a national... Harry Potter's kind of a national treasure in the UK in a way. So you're not far off the mark. A lot of people in the UK do really like Harry Potter. Around my age, so like millennials, Gen Z, you know. I never really bothered with Harry Potter. I was nerdy about other things like Pokemon. Yes, I'm kind of similar. I was very into anime. I wasn't really into anything other than anime, actually. Were you more of a Twilight fan? I've actually never watched Twilight. Maybe I should. I don't know. I was just really into anime and I didn't really watch anything else. No, don't. I don't really know why I didn't watch Twilight, because I remember all the girls at school would talk about it a lot and they really liked it. And I was kind of just like, I just like my cartoons. I just like my anime. I was watching things like Sailor Moon, or shoujo romance animes, you know, stuff like that. Sailor Moon, other magical girl series, Cardcaptor Sakura. Then I started getting into shonen stuff. So One Piece, Naruto, Bleach. What else? Yu-Gi-Oh! You know? Twilight is horrendous. It definitely doesn't have a reputation for being a work of literary art, let's just say. You reminded me of Sakura Cardcaptor. I love that and forgot it was a thing. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of Cardcaptor Sakura. I love that anime so much. In fact, just a second. Okay, I used to have a whole anime figure collection, but I sold most of it because it takes up so much space. So now I don't really plan to buy any figures unless they're Final Fantasy related, but I did keep one figure, and it's this one. Sakura from Cardcaptor Sakura, the anime, because it's quite possibly my favorite anime series. I love rewatching it at least once a year. And look how pretty! Isn't it pretty? I love magical girls. You see, this is why... Are we surprised that Aerith is my favorite Final Fantasy character, guys? It was meant to be Aerith. Come on. She's so pretty. I'm going to put her back. But yeah, she sits on top, right on the top of my bookcase since when she had wings. So, she has the fly card in. So Sakura has the fly card in the first part of the anime. When she uses it, these little wings appear on the back of her staff that she uses. But then when she starts turning the cards into Sakura cards during the second half of the anime, then when she uses the fly card, instead of the wings appearing on her staff so that she flies on her staff, they instead appear behind, you know, on her. I have seen Madoka Magica. I do like it. It's very good. But I do prefer Cardcaptor Sakura. That's my favorite magical girl series. I'm not like a massive magical girl fan as an adult. I suppose it's mostly Cardcaptor Sakura that stuck with me. I have seen Sailor Moon, yeah. I was obsessed with Sailor Moon at one point. It was it was the thing that I was into. And then I watched Cardcaptor Sakura, and then that was the obsession. Sailor Moon didn't stick with me as much as I grew older, because I tried rewatching the anime, and it does feel very Villain of the Week cartoon. I know that the anime, the 90s anime, is quite different to the manga. I've also read the manga. I quite like the manga, but I did prefer the 90s anime. But I tried rewatching the anime a couple years ago as an adult. I was like, I'm not... It doesn't... I'm not enjoying this as much as I did when I was in my teens. Whereas Cardcaptor Sakura, I still really like it. It's probably because it's kind of... Yes, it's a magical girl series, but it's also a slice of life. Whereas Sailor Moon feels very Villain of the Week, action anime. Feels a bit more like that, I suppose. Are you a cosplayer? If so, would love to see some of your cosplays. I'm not a cosplayer. I've actually never cosplayed, but I wouldn't mind cosplaying. I'd like to try cosplaying as either Aerith, Yuna, or Lara Croft at some point, maybe. If I go back to like MCM Comic Con at some point, I will cosplay when I go there. I don't know whether cosplaying on stream is very likely to be a regular occurrence. So I think it would be a lot of work. But I don't know. I don't know if I could be bothered with it on a regular basis. Fish says, no, don't please. Don't worry, it won't be often, Fish. I can't be bothered with doing all of that and buying all of the stuff on a regular basis for cosplaying. Cloud cosplay when? I don't know if that one's ever going to happen. The Legacy of Atlantis, I think you may have to do Lara Croft. Yeah, quite possibly. The thing with Lara is you can kind of cosplay Lara and it feels kind of natural anyway. So I don't think a lot of effort would have to go into trying to cosplay Lara. I just need to get a wig that has a long braid on it and get a blue tank top from somewhere and some brown shorts or something. MCM Comic Con vlog and cosplay would be so fun. Yeah, I could do something like that, maybe. Include it in a vlog. I've never cosplayed, never will. Laura, do you have a backlog? I do have a backlog. It's not massive, but I do have a backlog of games. Well, you have the no perfected already. That is true. No. What is Lara's best outfit? I really like her classic outfit, and I really like her legend outfit as well. I'd say those are my favorite ones, I guess. Oh, but I really like her biker outfit in Legend that she wears when she's in England. For the England level, she turns up on a motorbike. That biker jacket she's wearing and everything, that is so cool. I love that outfit she's wearing there. But I like her classic outfit a lot as well, and the standard Legend outfit. Can you do backflips? Not really. I've never attempted to do one. I would be way too scared to even attempt to do a backflip. I have an insane backlog. Yeah. Well, I'm kind of heading towards having an insane backlog the more games I buy. It's growing. I'm reading the manga Dorohedoro at the moment, really original. Oh, I've heard of that. I've heard that it's very good. Glad you're enjoying it. Are you planning to attend Comic-Con the upcoming year? I don't have plans to go to it at the moment, but maybe. Kind of depends. Because it's not cheap to buy tickets to go to that thing. And then if you go there, you end up seeing stuff you want to buy as well. So, I don't know. What were your favorite sports to play as a teenager in PE? This is kind of funny, actually, but my favorite was, our gym, was it a gym? I guess you could call it a gym room or whatever. It had a climbing wall. And one of the physical activities we did sometimes was climbing, and that was my favorite one. That or badminton. But I hated group sports and never wanted to participate in any of those. We didn't really do gymnastics. Well, I guess we did. I remember doing a little bit of gymnastics, I suppose, but we didn't do that for very long. I did kind of pretend I was Lara Croft in my head when I was climbing that wall, yeah. And also, I was one of the best at climbing. I sucked at PE, but I was good at climbing. That was one of the only things in PE I was good at. She really hates people. I like people as long as there's a distance between us and we don't have to work together as a team. Well, I suppose I don't mind. This makes it sound like I don't like to see people IRL. I don't dislike seeing people IRL at all. It's just that I'm definitely not an outgoing, super sociable kind of person. Dude, I also pretended I would always climb the rope. Well, it's good to know it wasn't just me then. Were you good at climbing up a rope? I wasn't as good at climbing up a rope, but I could also do that. I'm too scared of heights to climb. Yeah, I can understand that. It can... I don't know if I would be able to climb up an actual mountain. Because you know that you can join, climbing groups and stuff. and then they go climbing up an actual mountain. I don't know if I would be able to actually do that. That might scare me a bit too much, but I could climb the wall in the gymnasium. So I take it you never went out clubbing when you were younger or anything? I went clubbing on 3 occasions because there was one friend I had at the time who used to really like clubbing. She used to like going to these hardstyle. She was really into hardstyle, and there was a few clubs that would play hardstyle really late in the night, and I kind of agreed to go along with her a few times. Absolutely did not like it. Not necessarily the music, though I'm not really into hardstyle, but I don't like clubs. I was like, this is not for me. But I suppose it was good to try it anyway. Yo, what up, hardstyle, my fave. Hardstyle? I wouldn't say it's like a genre of music that I'm that into, but I think it's okay, you know? Man, would I love to see you in a hardstyle club. I felt very out of place. Very out of place, because you could tell that everyone else was really into hardstyle, and there seems to be this dance that you do to hardstyle music, which I don't know. And everyone around me was doing it, and I was kind of like, oh no, get me out of here. I don't know what I'm doing. I shouldn't be here. I don't belong. I wanted to get out of there. I don't know what hardstyle is. Is it like rave music? I don't know if it falls into the category of rave music, but my brain does kind of compartmentalize it as something that I would expect is played at a rave, potentially, yeah. It's a type of EDM, I suppose. How do you like to socialize IRL? So when I meet up with friends, I like to just go to calm, quiet places like cafes, walk around, like go shopping maybe, could walk through a park. I wouldn't want to go to a club, that's for sure. Not like rowdy, noisy places. I wouldn't want to go to anywhere like that. I like to just go to cafes, you know, quiet places where we can actually hear ourselves think and won't have to shout over other people in order to hear each other. Love shopping, by the way. Yeah, I do quite like going shopping. I'm not a huge fan of going clothes shopping, but I do like walking around shops and looking at stuff, particularly going into places like HMV, CEX, places that sell maybe like decorations. I like going around garden centers, for example. I love going to cafes alone and just romanticizing my life. Yeah, I need to start going to cafes on my own because I do like cafes, but I never go to them on my own, and I should. Do you order tea? I either order tea or a hot chocolate when I'm in a cafe. Yes. Usually they will do a pot of tea. Usually I go to like Costa, or I like Cafe Nero, or I like to go to independent cafes a lot. If we come across any when we're out, that is. But yeah, I don't like Starbucks though. Don't like Starbucks. Everything's way too sweet in there. What about looking at ancient castles? I do like that as well, yeah. A tea at home is the best. I have to agree, yeah. I like to drink tea when I'm out in a cafe sometimes, but nothing beats a cup of tea when you get back home, you know? Bookshops as well, yes. I like going around bookshops. Even if I could, to be honest with you, I often go around bookshops and don't buy anything. I just go in there to get a whiff of the smell of new books and walk around, have a look and see what's in there. I go straight to the manga section. Usually I don't buy anything in the manga section unless I'm in a Forbidden Planet, because if you go to the manga section in Waterstones, first of all, I mean, they do have fairly big manga sections in Waterstones now, but manga is a lot more expensive in a Waterstones than somewhere like Forbidden Planet or Travelling Man in the UK. Those are the places to go if you want to get manga in the UK. Definitely not a Waterstones. Like, you'll find manga in there, but it's overpriced in there. Yeah, but I like to go into Waterstones anyway and just look around. The smell of new books is life-changing. Exactly. It's about the smell, you know, and I don't know, there's something about being in a bookshop. I really like it. I'm a book nerd, so I like going to Barnes and Noble and stuff like that. Yes. If I went to the US in future, I would be going into a Barnes and Noble, I can tell you that. Books and coffee smell, yum yum. Oh yes. Yeah. I really like the Waterstones that have cafes in them, because then you have the smell of books and coffee, which is kind of funny because I'm not a fan of coffee in the sense that I don't really drink coffee, but I love the smell of coffee. It smells so good. Funnily enough, I was in Waterstones yesterday. A new store opened near me, even has a cafe too. I also finally found a book I've been searching for at least 10 years. Whoa. Couldn't believe my luck. That is very lucky. That is an amazing find. I'm happy for you. That's kind of crazy. That must have been quite a rare book then or something. Are we all from the UK? I think the majority of people that watch my live streams usually are from the UK or Europe. But there are definitely some Americans in chat as well. Laura likes to smell things. I do. I like things that smell nice, you know? I think most of Laura's audience is American. Yeah, most of my audience is American. For my videos in particular. But when it comes to my live streams, probably because of the times when I go live, the majority of my audience is always British. Texas here. Oh, we have a Texan in chat. Tea with milk. Yes. I drink my tea with milk. Unless it's green tea or something. California here. We have a Californian as well. I catch your live streams in Hawaii because I work overnight. Oh, from Hawaii. Nice. France. France, Alsace, Oran here. Nice. Greetings from Canada. That's true. There's also Canadians in chat and Australians. 17's from Australia. Got to go, guys. Enjoy the rest of the stream. Thanks, Nilly. Bye. Thanks for joining. I'm an American currently in Taiwan. Oh, how about that? Lithuania. I work from home and listen to your live streams while working. I'm in Pennsylvania. Oh, Pennsylvania as well. You guys are basically from pretty much everywhere. Mostly English-speaking countries, though. For the most part. I hope you're doing good. I'm very happy that it's finally spring. I've spotted hares, owls, and bats when it's nearly dark. Bats? I've never seen bats in real life. But yeah, I'm really happy that it's nearly spring as well. Spring is my favourite season. South London as well. I'm watching from Middle East, Lebanon. Yeah, you guys are actually literally from everywhere. Oh, there's a New Zealander in chat as well. And a Singaporean. Is your mum watching the stream today? She probably is. My mum tends to prefer the chatty streams. She watches more of those. She doesn't watch Resident Evil streams because those are too much for her. They're too gory and scary. Oh, North UK, Jurassic Sap. Matt Doyle, Australia. Also, I work night shift and your streams usually start right as I get home after my shift. Ah, cool. Oh, Spain as well. Roslendon, thanks for resubscribing. Been subbed for 5 months. Thank you. East London as well. Yeah, you guys really are from everywhere. Oh, someone said South Africa as well. Not even the allure of Leon could convince her to watch them. No. I asked my mum about her thoughts on Leon, right? Particularly Leon in RE9, because he's a more mature man in RE9, right? And she was like, I asked her, do you like Leon? And she went, he's all right. So she's completely unbothered by him. The Leon effect does not work on my mum. There are actually people out there that are immune to Leon's charms. What pays better, YouTube or Twitch? That's a little bit hard to compare in the sense that on YouTube, I earn a lot more than I do on Twitch because I also make videos on YouTube. But if we look at just live streams, I do earn more on YouTube still at the moment, but that's because people watch VODs a lot on YouTube. So when I've finished a live stream and it becomes a VOD, there's a lot of people that still watch the VODs, whereas on Twitch, people don't really watch the VODs, and even if they do, you earn like no ad revenue from it at all on Twitch. Whereas on YouTube, you can earn pretty good ad revenue from a VOD once you've finished the live stream. Also, Twitch takes a bigger cut, yeah. So the way Twitch works is YouTube from the get-go is 70%, 30%, and as in YouTube takes 30%, the creator takes 70% of earnings, whether it's ad revenue, memberships, or anything else that you can do through YouTube. Whereas Twitch, it's 50-50 unless you're on the Plus program. And the Plus program, you can only be on the Plus program if you have, well, level 1, you need to reach 100 sub points and maintain 100 sub points for, I think, 3 months before you can reach level 1 Plus membership. And then you earn 10% more. So then I think it goes to 60% for the creator, 40% for Twitch. And then there's level 2 of the Plus program, and then it goes 70% to the creator, 30% to Twitch. I think that's how Twitch works. But unless you're on the Plus program, it's 50-50. So I earn 50% of whatever my streams generate on Twitch. I am a Twitch partner, yes. The interesting thing is being a Twitch partner doesn't earn you more money. That's through the Plus program, but there's definitely a lot of benefits to being a partner, that's for sure. You are level 1. I'm not on the Plus program at all. I'm level 0. level 0 on Twitch. At least I'm pretty sure I am. Yeah, no, I don't have enough sub points to reach level 1, so no, I'm not. I am not on level 1. Oh, Silverback Studios reached 1,000 subs. Congrats. That is a big milestone. Very big milestone, that is. 1,000 subscribers. Alex the Great, thanks for the super chat. Have a good rest of your day, Laura. Heading out. Thanks for joining. Bye, Alex. Will you upgrade to a desktop PC in the near future for higher performance? It won't be in the near future, but maybe at some point. Dunno. What happened to the bookcase? The bookcase is gone. My brother has it now. I got rid of it because I'm going to put something else there. There's going to be a unit, kind of a short unit that's going to be about as tall as my bed, and my CRT is going to go on there, and I'm going to make a retro gaming corner. So do you still get ad revenue if I've got YouTube Premium? Ah, okay. YouTube Premium, if people watch your video with YouTube Premium, then you don't get ad revenue, but instead you earn money. I don't really know how to explain that, but like in YouTube Studio, under ad revenue, if you look at the breakdown of ad revenue, it will say ad revenue and then YouTube Premium, and it will tell you how much you've earned from both. So I think that on YouTube people earn more from someone who watches with YouTube Premium than someone who's watching with ads. I want a CRT2, gonna hook up my GameCube. Ooh, yes, CRTs are great. That will be fun. I think everyone should have a retro gaming corner, honestly. There's a lot of people that are making like retro gaming corners actually at the moment. I've seen a lot of them online. Or like retro media corners and stuff. Yes, CRTs are getting rare, especially the good ones. No, smart TVs are better. I like HD. I mean, to be fair, I do like, you know, modern TVs, but if I'm playing on my PS2, it definitely looks a lot better on a CRT. That's for sure. If you emulate, though, yeah, you can just play that on a modern TV or monitor. Are you team Tifa or Aerith? Well, Aerith is my favorite Final Fantasy character, so yeah, I am team Aerith, I suppose. What CRT have you got? I can't remember the exact model, but it's a Daewoo CRT. I had never heard of the brand before, but surprisingly, it's a pretty good CRT. And also because I'm using, is it RGB SCART? The picture quality looks good, like it's better than AV. Because I remember as a kid, when I used to play video games, we never had SCART cables, we just used AV. And obviously as a kid, that's all I knew, so I thought it looked good. But then, when I got my CRT and I specifically got an RGB SCART cable and loaded up Dark Cloud on it, it looks so much better than it looked when I was playing the game as a kid. How big is it? It's about, I think it's 21 inches. I can genuinely hear that my voice is strained now. I think I used to have a Daewoo, they're pretty good. Yeah. I didn't know they existed because I never saw any. But then as a kid, you know, I wasn't paying attention to things like these brands. Oh, Adams redeemed a hydrate. Put that down there. I'll put this over here. You're going to buy another chair for the retro setup? Probably not, because it'll be just behind me, so I'll just use this chair and I'll just turn it round and sit at it like that. And I might even be able to play games from my bed, because I think I'm going to be able to just turn the TV round a bit. So I'll probably be able to play games from my bed as well. RGB SCART is the best, ideally C-Sync, but that's when we start getting pedantic. Yeah, I don't know whether mine is C-Sync or not, but it is RGB SCART, and it does look a lot better than I remembered the picture quality looking when I was a kid. I'm going to get a beanbag chair for my retro corner. Oh yeah, that's a good idea. I've been considering getting a beanbag. I probably will. Are we just chatting today? Yes. Just chatting for today's stream. But the game has redeemed a stretch. Bed gaming is peak comfy. Absolutely. Does the CRT go back far? It does. My one, so it's 21 inch. You know, I don't know what you call that measurement, but it's the one that goes, you know, like that across the screen. 21 inch. And then the depth is like, how deep is it? 49 centimeters. So it is a deep diagonal. That's it. Yes. The diagonal measurement is 21 inch. The depth, I had to measure it because I needed to know how deep the CRT is when I was looking on IKEA for stuff, for something I could buy that it will sit on. It's 49 centimeters deep, which is, it's a big boy, this thing. But I have found something that will be able to, it's deep enough. Basically, the thing I found is 39 centimeters deep, meaning that the TV, the CRT is 10 centimeters deeper, but it's not an issue because it, like, the back of it will just hang over the edge slightly and I'll just pull the, yeah, the unit out from the wall a little bit and then it'll be fine because 10 centimeters is like, what, that much? It's nothing. Four 3 or widescreen? Oh, it's 4:3. It's not widescreen. CRTs are fat and heavy for sure. Yeah, definitely. Hope you had a fun birthday. I turned 30 in August and I'm finding it hard to believe my name's Luke, by the way. Oh, yeah. Now that I'm 29 and 30's approaching, it feels quite weird. But yeah. I guess it's too early to say happy birthday, but I'll say it anyway just in case I forget because I might do. So happy birthday for the 30th of August. Are you planning to get a Dreamcast? I'm not at the moment, but that is a console that I am very interested in. So maybe in the future at some point. Dunno. Do you have any life goals you need to achieve for your last year in your 20s? Not really. I don't really have any goals, to be honest, or anything like that. Nora, are you going to play Fire Red, Leaf Green on the Switch? Maybe. I don't know. I'd like to get into some Pokemon, I guess. I've been wondering which games I should start with, and I honestly have no idea. Hi, Barry Burrito. Life goals equals be happy and just try to be kind to yourself and do the best you can. Those are mine. Same. Yeah, I don't have any specific goals. Fire Red and Leaf Green are great start locations. Okay. I could start with either of those. The DS games are the best in my opinion. Okay. Rolex Jojo has redeemed an IRL word ban for Leon. Okay, just a second. So I can't say Leon for 5 minutes. Starting now. By the way, just a sec, I'm just going to get my glasses. Okay, that's better. Hope you don't mind, but probably because I've streamed for 3 days in a row, my eyes feel a bit strange, so. What happens if she says it? Yeah, what will the penalty be if I say it? She has to delete her channel. Oh no. I'll have to definitely not say it then. I'm short-sighted. Yes. You look 29 now. My glasses do make me look older, to be honest. Yeah, I'm short-sighted, but my vision is honestly not that bad, so I don't wear glasses unless I go out somewhere. Basically, because I don't deem it necessary. Although maybe I should wear them more often when I'm not on stream, because I'm not really a fan of wearing my glasses on stream or when I'm filming videos. You look like a school teacher. You suit the glasses, thank you. You need to have your glasses on a chain like an old lady. How far can you see without them? Well, I mean, I can see fine in front of me, so nothing's blurry in front of me. But if I was to look at my bookcase, for example, that looks great with my glasses on. But then if I take them off, then I can't really read the spines of the manga because it's all blurry now. So I can't quite... Oh, I've got a hair in my eye. There we go. So I can't quite read from that distance, for example, even though that bookcase isn't that far away, but... You should wear a monocle. Wow, I would need 2 monocles. Because both... Oops, I hit my mic. Because both of my eyes, you know... Why don't you wear them all the time? I just prefer how I look without glasses. That's why. Though to be honest, I should wear contact lenses really if I'm not wearing my glasses. Random just talk idea. a Peruvian streamer that I follow has started Pokemon Leaf Green. She is doing just talking streams while trying to get a shiny as a starter. Is fun and random. So far, she is in her 750th attempt. Oh my god. I would not have the patience to try and get a shiny. No. Laser beam surgery. I've thought about getting laser eye surgery, but I'm too scared to do that. I think I'm too scared that my vision might get messed up, because if it goes wrong, it can go very wrong. I'm too scared. Also, the idea of them sticking a laser in your eye. Ooh. Do they even have insurance in the UK? I thought they were publicly funded. Oh, health insurance? You can get health insurance in the UK. For example, if you go private, but most people don't have health insurance because we just use the NHS. You know? So very few people in the UK, I would say, have health insurance. Like, because you can just go to the NHS and it's all publicly funded. There we go. I successfully didn't say Leon for 5 minutes. Too scary for me too. I've seen the results of a botched laser surgery. Yeah. Because the thing is, I know that the success rate is very high, but even so, it still freaks me out. Imagine if I would not, yeah. If it goes wrong. Now you can keep your channel. Whew, thank God. Cats or chameleon, Laura? Cats. You look nice with glasses. Surely it's best to just wear them. Maybe I will wear them more often on stream then. Not every stream, but maybe more often. Will you get arrested for mean social media posts? What, in the UK? Not that I'm aware. How does it go wrong? I'm not entirely sure, but I think basically the laser, sometimes, for example, if you move or something happens with the laser, I don't know if it's automatic or if someone has to literally move the laser around to laser and essentially cut the back of your eye into the right shape. But basically it goes wrong where a part of the back of your eye gets cut with the laser that is not supposed to. And then it can really mess up your vision. You can either end up with worse eyesight or go blind is like the worst case scenario. Don't, in any case, your eyes will go dry permanently and you should constantly moisture them with eye drops. Oh, you mean if I was to get laser eye surgery? What is your favorite brand and flavor of tea? Well, we used to get PG Tips, but now we get this loose tea, and I can't remember what the brand is, but it's called Ahmed or something. Hello, just got in. My mate says there was light creeping under the door during her calibration in absolute darkness. Her vision is really clear now, but she can barely drive at night. Ooh. Green or... I prefer black tea, I suppose. All the eye doctors I know wear glasses. That's true. Makes me wonder, are they scared of getting laser eye treatment as well? Hi, Scott. I got laser eye surgery and have had no side effects with dry eye, it's been great. I guess it depends on the person then. But to be honest, I have dry eyes at the moment, but I don't have any eye drops to use. I don't have any eye drops on me, so I'll just have to try and blink more often. Also, best wishes. Sorry, I heard a topic that I had something to contribute. FF7 goodies. Yes. The FF7 goodies are these. Cloud and Aerith, the adorable arts figures. Aren't they cute? Yeah. They're so cute. I love them. I wanted to get more of them, but they're already expensive enough just, you know, for those two. So, yes, Chibi, Aerith, and Cloud. When I have dry eyes, I just think about my life and boom, no dry eyes no more. There's a good point. If you manage to make yourself cry when you have dry eyes, that does help then your eyes aren't dry anymore. But she is a billionaire now. Yes, definitely. Yes, they will be staying away from Mitzi. Do you think video game publishers rip off their fans with the price they charge for merch? Some of them do. For me, it honestly depends on the quality, because the other thing is I used to collect things like anime figures, and anime figures were also expensive, like Nendoroids and stuff. So I guess, to be honest, I think anime companies behind anime and stuff also rip off fans with the price of some of the anime merch, that's for sure. So, and video games as well. A family friend suffers from dry eyes after laser surgery. I think you're right to be wary of it. Oh, okay. Square Enix definitely do it with FF7 stuff. They know what people are willing to spend. Yes, that is true. I do think that the Bring Arts figures are a bit overpriced, to be honest, because they're quite small, and I've bought like figures that have been this big, for, like, you know, in terms of like anime figures before, for a similar price. So I do think the Bring Arts are a bit overpriced. You know, the Bring Arts figure lines from Square Enix, they are very nice figures. I don't regret buying them, but I do think they're a bit overpriced. I would probably say that these are probably a bit overpriced as well, because they're basically like Nendoroids. And don't get me wrong, the quality is really nice. I'm really happy with the quality, but £64, which is what? Maybe $74, maybe even more than that. It's a bit much. I think that they would make more sense to be more like £50, maybe. How much was shipping? To be honest, I can't remember. Let me have a look. See if I can find the email. Where is it? Oh yeah, I didn't receive an email, did I? I can't remember. It wasn't expensive though, the shipping. Or at least for me. $75 each is pocket change for Laura. I don't know how much you guys think I earn from YouTube, but that is not pocket change for me. Maybe at some point in the future it would be, but not at the moment. Glasses and scrolling with two hands. Yeah, she's old now. About 2 billion. $10K a month. Wow. I would be in like the top 5% of YouTubers, like, yeah, top 5% of monetized YouTubers or something if I was earning 10K a month. Most YouTubers make 3 to 4K a week minimum. What, like the big ones? Blimey. I would like to earn 3 to 4K a week. That would be nice. I think the thing is, though, is a lot of YouTubers, a lot of their earnings is from sponsorships, and I don't take sponsorships, so all I get is ad revenue and revenue from memberships and Twitch subs. And I don't really earn money from ad revenue on Twitch, really, because I do pre-rolls only. So that means my ad revenue on Twitch is really low. Because if you turn off mid-rolls, it's like you're barely earning anything from ad revenue on Twitch. Yeah, it has been a year since I started YouTube. It was a year for my other channel on the 7th of March. And it will be a year for this channel on the 1st of April. Why don't you do sponsorships and collabs? Well, I suppose I'm not against doing collabs, like affiliation and stuff like that. I don't necessarily mind doing. I'm not too sure about paid sponsorships. I'm definitely not going to do these dedicated video sponsorships for games and stuff. Don't really want to do that. And then there's the other type of sponsorship, which is a like 1 minute section in a video where you have a sponsorship, which I also don't really want to do because it just feels kind of weird to have that in there, and I feel like it's quite invasive, and you're then pushing like advertisement onto viewers, and I you know, don't really want to do that, but we'll see. Yeah, ad reads can be annoying. The thing is I do watch plenty of YouTubers that have sponsored sections in their videos, and I just skip them, but I'd rather not do them, really. As long as you don't shout out Raid Shadow Legends. But there are different types of things you can do. You know, there's like affiliation, which is, for example, I think on Twitch you see people that on their About tab on Twitch, they have like a section where you can just click and it takes you to a website where they sell PCs and stuff, and because you've clicked on that link you can now save some money on your purchase, and they don't have to mention it in the stream. So maybe stuff like that. I look forward to seeing your future sponsored streams. Do you still treat this as more of a hobby slash passion project than the job and a business? I suppose I do treat it as a job in my mind because it is the only way I earn money at the moment. But I don't really want to treat it as a business because it's very personal to me, my channel. So I don't really like the idea of being invaded with doing sponsorships and stuff, because then it starts to really feel like a job and a business. And I don't really want stuff like that in the middle of my content anyway. Oh, hi, Leah. Thanks for joining the stream. So yeah, that's why haven't done any yet. Also, to be honest, 90% of emails I get about sponsorships are scams. Definitely scams. So very few of them are legit anyway. But yeah, I don't really want it to feel too much like a business. I want it to... And there are successful YouTubers that don't do sponsorships at all. So I would like to be able to do this without taking sponsorships. But we'll see. You know? But every month I earn more and more ad revenue because my, videos do better gradually as the channel's growing, as I stream more, No Galaxy sponsorship. Galaxy sponsorship, that would be something. How do you figure out they're scams? Well, some of them are really easy to tell. You have to basically think of it as like they're a business emailing you about a sponsorship. So if they don't mention your name or your channel name and they just put hello user or hello, like I've had emails that have said hello user or hello YouTube partner. If they don't put your channel name, then that's probably just a bulk email they've sent out to people. That's probably a scam. And if they don't mention your channel at all, like the type of channel it is, or any of the type of content that you've made videos about, they probably have not watched your channel at all, and therefore it's a scam. And also just if the video itself seems very unprofessional and there's a load of grammatical errors, and it doesn't seem professionally structured, also highly likely to be a scam. And 90% of them are like that. The scam emails are so annoying. I know. It's so annoying because 90% of the emails I get are just scam emails. And I open it thinking, what's this? Oh, it's another scam. So it just wastes loads of my time. You should look into getting an agent or manager. They can find you opportunities that align with your channel's vibes and content. I don't know if I would be able to do that anyway. I'd have to pay them. I don't have the money to pay them, so maybe in future, if I ever got big enough for that. Jenna Marbles never did a single ad, bless her. She did have an absolutely giant audience, though, I guess. Yeah. Yes, me too. And sometimes even when I block them, they still find a way to send more messages. Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. They will find a way around it. It's so annoying. I've also had... Are you not rich yet? No. Definitely not. If you want full transparency, because I don't mind telling you how much I earned so far in March, which, by the way, so far is my best month. This isn't bragging, although when you see how much revenue it is, it's nothing to brag about anyway. Oh, thank you for the super chat, user MB1TZ. Click here, win big, trust me. Okay, so how do I show this without showing like all of the months? March. March estimated revenue. Oh god, you can't see it. £666.45. There you go. That's how much I've earned so far in March on YouTube. I am rich. That's just YouTube. Twitch, I've earned $186, which is probably around £150. That for me on YouTube is the highest amount I've earned so far in the span of a month. Yeah. I do have very low outgoings though. Groceries for 1 month. Honestly, yeah, it is better than job seekers. Very true. Honestly, I think it's fairly good. Oh, Boomerald, thank you for the gifted membership, gifted sub, sorry. Passive income is good, yeah. 666 is tax-free, no. Correct, yeah, that's not taxed or anything. Beginning of the year is always the worst for ad rev, isn't it? January. So December and especially January. Well, I think for ad revenue specifically, January and February are the worst months. And then March, it picks up a bit. And the best month is November, because that's when all of the companies are then deciding to pay for advertisement on YouTube, because Christmas is coming up and Black Friday. You're Twitch rich. Yes! I am Twitch and YouTube rich. Did that 660 include the $20 you just got? That won't include that because basically YouTube is 2 days behind when it calculates your revenue. So that is how much I'd earned on YouTube as of 2 days ago. So it's not up to date yet. Is it low for where you live? Yeah. It's definitely far below minimum wage. I'm off for early dinner. Have a nice week. See you, John. Thanks for joining. Yeah, at least I don't have to go to the job center. That's for sure. So no taxes. Well, because the only income I have is YouTube and Twitch, I don't have a job, I will be under the taxable amount of income, so I won't be paying any tax this year. Yeah. Are you celebrating Easter, Laura? We don't really celebrate Easter, to be honest. What's minimum wage in the UK? I think it's about £18.45 or something per hour. That's the minimum wage. So if you have a full-time job, which will be roughly 40 hours a week, then I don't know how much that would be a year, to be honest, but ask YouTube to pay you cash only. I don't think that would work. Whoa. The minimum wage is $7 an hour in the States? Really? That's insane. It's £12.70. Oh. Okay, I don't know why I pulled this number from. Just a sec. It's not £18. Sorry, yeah, it is. It's £12.21 per hour. I don't know where I got the £18 from. £12.21 per hour. Yes. If you're over 21, yeah. I haven't worked in a year either, taking time off, but it's all right. Yeah, that's fine. And honestly, jobs will be there. There will be some sort of work. It might, I know it's hard to find work at the moment, but there's probably something out there, you know? I am British. Rural squirrel. Yes, I'm British. Okay, all the mathematics sending me to bed. Was a fantastic stream. Enjoy your Aerith and Cloud figures, Laura, and catch you next time. Okay, thank you, Tom, for joining. Bye. Not to be rude, but how do you live on 600 to 700 a month? Well, I have very low outgoings at the moment. And also I have savings. So if I do use up all of the £600, I have savings to fall back on. From when I was working, you know, normal jobs. Laura is British? No way. Yes. You don't sound overly British. I don't? Will you reduce your streaming time back to 2 to 3 days per week? Probably, yeah. I mean, I'm not going to stream 5 days next week, that's for sure. It might be 2 days next week, but I want to stream like 3 days. For most weeks, it will be 3 days, I think. My rent is £1,200 a month. Ooh, that's steep. That was basically my salary when I had a full-time job. I wasn't earning much more than £1,200 a month after tax. So I wouldn't have been able to, that's the thing. That's what I mean when I said I wouldn't have been able to have moved out even when I was working a full-time job. Yeah. I'm actually surprised she streamed basically all week. Yeah. I'm kind of surprised as well. I pay $1,200 per month in rent for a box. Oh, I guess, is it London then? Because that is a lot for a box. Do you study any foreign languages? I was kind of studying Japanese, but I haven't been studying it much recently. West London prices. I'm in Hampton. Ah, okay. Yeah, prices in London are insane. Absolutely insane. It would be great if you earned a chunk more in future to put YouTube money in a business account, then pay yourself a salary. That would be cool. Yeah. Those cardboard boxes again. Yes. The rent for boxes in London is getting absolutely ridiculous. Can you say a sentence in English, French, and Japanese? I don't know about Japanese. I was studying it, but I'm not very good. I can in French, though. I don't know what I should say. Just salut, je m'appelle Laura. Mes parents sont anglais, mais j'ai grandi en France. J'ai passé quoi 21 ans en France, donc quasiment toute ma vie. Et maintenant j'habite en Angleterre. Voilà. There you go. There's a sentence in French. Do you support Chelsea? What, the football team? I don't support any football teams because I'm not really into football or any sports. Did you know that the average UK taxpayer will need to pay £1 million in tax over a lifetime? 1 million? Really? Or am I reading that number wrong? Oh, that is 1 million. Oh my god. That's depressing to think about. No, that is gibberish. Wow, I can't believe you said that. Not even cricket teams? Definitely not cricket teams. And your brother. Well, my brother used to be into football, but he doesn't care about it anymore at all. Hi, Downton Trumbo. Say something in Spanish. I don't know any Spanish, unfortunately. Can you speak Albed? Not yet, but maybe in the future. With enough dedication. Okay, I just went back in the stream because I wanted to see the little FF7 figures and they're so cute. And oh my god, your French is so amazing. Thank you, Leah. Thank you. Yes, I forgot to show them to you, but yeah, look. Aren't they cute? They're so cute. I love them. I know you've seen them now anyway, but yeah. I do know Ahiva Isor now, that is true. Do you enjoy management games? Not really. Not really a management game person. Oh, where's the sword? Here's the Buster sword. I haven't put it in his hand yet because he is supposed to be able to hold it, but I'm a little scared of trying to put it in his hand because this part is very flimsy. So I'll probably do that later. Albed is basically French, ain't it? It's pretty different to French. As someone who speaks French, the only word that I recognize from Albed is oui. That's it. If I said what football team I support, I'd get bullied. Oh, really? I don't even really know which teams there are. I know there's Manchester. I know about Chelsea. Can't think of the others. Why did you choose French? What to learn? Basically, the only reason I know French, to be honest, is because I grew up in France. So I had to learn French. Oh yeah, there's Tottenham. Oh yeah, and Arsenal. Yeah. Learn Chinese or Russian. You know what? I would like to learn Mandarin, actually. I really like Mandarin Chinese. So I've been considering it. But I've been so bad at trying to make myself learn Japanese because I just can't seem to make myself sit down and study that, you know, I feel like maybe taking on another language to study is a bad idea. Does the UK have hockey? I mean, technically we do have hockey, I suppose, but it's definitely a very niche sport in the UK. Wish I could speak Mandarin. Learning Cantonese was pretty useless. Is it? There's quite a few countries that speak Cantonese, though. Or is there? I do know that Mandarin Chinese is the more widely spoken language, though, I think. I like Mandarins too. Any citrus, really. I like that Mandarin as well. Are you trained in any martial arts? No. I did do like one. I don't remember how long we were doing martial arts for at school, but we did do like a few months where we were learning, I think it was karate. And that was it. I was very bad at it. Yes, I have my little spectacles on. I want to replace these glasses at some point. I suppose I don't hate them, but what's the point in learning any other languages if you're introverted? I suppose you make a good point there. I just like languages, I suppose. Well, not all languages. No, I do find languages interesting, but there's some in particular that I really like, in particular Japanese and Mandarin Chinese. So I think the reason I like Japanese is probably because, you know, I love anime. I like Japanese culture and everything, so I like the language. Which type of food or simple dessert are you interested in cooking? I don't know. I don't like cooking, but I don't mind baking, to be honest. I don't mind baking so much. And sometimes, but very rarely, I bake a cake, like a chocolate Victoria sponge or something, because they're very easy to do. But to be honest, I would quite like to learn how to bake a lemon meringue pie because that is my favorite dessert and they're so good. They're so yummy. Do a lot of people in the UK learn new languages as they don't really need it? English is everywhere. I don't think, to be honest, that many people in English-speaking countries learn foreign languages. For example, I grew up in France, right? And in France, in the area that I lived in, because I lived in the Alsace region, which is right on the border to Germany and Switzerland, loads of people were actually pretty good at German. Not just the German people that happened to live in the Alsace, or the Alsatians, but so many French people in that area could speak pretty good German, and a lot of them also spoke fairly decent English, and a lot of them were actively learning foreign languages and taking that quite seriously at school and doing fairly well at it. But in the UK, I've barely met anyone that really speaks a foreign language whatsoever to like any degree above like knowing a few words. And in Germany, for example, if you go to Germany, in my experience at least, if you were to speak to someone in Germany, it was pretty much guaranteed that they would be able to speak some English, which is kind of crazy. Kind of amazing. But yeah, I think a lot of people in the UK probably don't see the need to learn foreign languages, which is kind of sad, because even if you don't really need to learn a foreign language in the sense for communication, it's very good for your brain. It's really good for your brain, actually, to learn a foreign language or to learn to play an instrument. Those two are very, very good for your brain health, you know? I like Japanese culture, but if I knew the language, then watching movies, playing games, etc. in Japanese with English subs wouldn't hit the same. Maybe. It's interesting. That's part of the reason why I enjoy kind of learning Japanese, because it opens up a lot more Japanese media for me. For example, there's a lot of manga series that have never been translated into English or French or any other language, and by knowing some Japanese and being able to read hiragana, I'm able to buy some manga in Japanese and read it. Like, there's one series that has now been licensed in English, but at the time it wasn't. So I was buying the magazine that this manga was being published in. I was buying it monthly. Still am. I'm still buying it monthly for the new chapters in Japanese. But also, it is being published in English now. I don't remember when it's coming out. I think it's around like summertime it's being released this year, maybe autumn. Katakana, kanji. I can't really read katakana, to be honest, and I can't read any kanji, so I need furigana to read in Japanese at the moment. When I read something, then I need it to be like shoujo or shonen manga, for example, which always has, if there's a kanji, it has hiragana next to it in really little, so that I know how to pronounce the kanji and then I know what the kanji says. Honest question, is that why British people don't really consider themselves to be European, because they mainly speak English? I don't know. Interesting you bring that up, though. Is that really a thing? A lot of British people don't consider us to be European? Because that's weird to me. But then I grew up in France, so I definitely consider myself to be European. Besides, you know, it's a geographic thing, so we're definitely part of Europe. Brexit means Brexit. Oh, yeah. Brexit, eh? Are you going to watch the new One Piece film? There's a new film coming out? I didn't know there's a new One Piece film coming out. I do know about the second season of the live action, though. To be European is to be from the mainland. UK are island people near the mainland. Well, if you put it like that, I suppose. Did she? Yeah. Yeah, I did say I grew up in France. I did, in fact, grow up in France, yes. It's because we're an island not connected to the continent. Historically, we had a different legal and government system, which set us apart. I suppose that makes sense then. What's your favorite perfume? I don't know, because I don't wear perfume, to be honest. I do feel more like the Anglosphere countries just because we all speak the same language. That makes sense. How different is education in the UK compared to France? I can't say for sure because I only ever went to school in France, so I don't have direct comparison, but from what I know about the education system, it is quite different. We have different degrees, courses and stuff. The structure is fairly different. For example, in the UK, there's GCSEs and A-levels, and in France, there's this thing called baccalaureates, which is what I did because I didn't grow up in the UK with GCSEs. And the interesting thing is when I had to apply for jobs here and I was writing out my CV, I would put that on there. And then if the employer would ask, oh, what is a baccalaureate? What is the British equivalent? And I'd be like, well, that's kind of hard to say. There isn't an actual equivalent of the specific baccalaureate I did in the UK. So it is quite different. And also in France, you have baccalaureates that continue for general studies, which I guess is kind of like GCSEs and A-levels. So you continue doing all of your general studies like French, English, mathematics, possibly a second language like German. I know all of the history and geography, all of the general stuff. And then there was baccalaureates called baccalaureate professional, which were more specific. So like there was baccalaureates for administration or baccalaureates for management, where they gave you lessons in, for example, bookkeeping, management, administration, stuff like that. So you would still do some general lessons like English and mathematics and history and geography, but they wouldn't be as prominent, and you would focus more on things like, for example, I did a baccalaureate in administration. So we had like admin lessons and bookkeeping lessons and stuff like that. So there was that disparity, and that is around GCSE and A-level. That's around that in the UK that you start doing that. Or there's apprenticeships, which is a separate thing to the professional baccalaureates. It's another thing. It is essentially the equivalent of A-levels, but there's not like a full one-on-one equivalent, you know, really. I hate the whole education system. Idiots with degrees now, so the whole thing is pointless. Plus, enjoy the debt. You fail basic maths by signing up for that BS. Yeah, the education system it needs some work. Same as bachelor's degree. I don't really know if it is the same as a bachelor's degree or not. That's Isn't a bachelor's degree like a uni course? Because baccalaureate is not uni, that is like around A level or GCSE level, but then in France they call it higher education, which is college and uni, and that's after baccalaureates. Laura, what's your Chinese zodiac sign? I don't know, actually. I don't know what it is. Are you still in touch with your friends in France? I'm not, actually. I'm not in touch with them at all because the friends that I had there actually didn't have Facebook, for one, and that was how we would have been able to continue communicating because I don't have a French phone number anymore, and I don't know what their phone numbers are. They've probably changed, and to be honest, the friends that I had at school in France, we didn't meet up or do anything outside of school. It was very much kind of, we were situational friends. Like we were friends that became friends at school and because of school, and then it didn't continue after we finished school. If you want to enter the professions, you need a degree. It's not optional. Yeah, there's quite a lot of positions where if you want to go into certain sectors, you do need a degree. There's certain things where you can do an apprenticeship, but then there's a lot of things where you do, companies, they want you to have degrees, which is silly because they want you to have a degree, but they also want you to have experience. But if you've just graduated, you don't have experience, and then they don't want to hire you because there's barely any like junior entry positions available anywhere. So how's that supposed to work? That's the problem that I had when I finished school and I just graduated and I was trying to find work and they all wanted experience. So I couldn't get any administrative positions after graduating. I had to start. The first job I had was in a warehouse, picking and packing orders. And then after that, there was a company that wanted like an assistant for the administrator that worked there. And the idea was they would be part-time, and it was a very, very small company. And this was during COVID. So this was one of those government scheme things where the company could hire me for free and the government was paying me money. This was one of the COVID government schemes that the UK did. So because it was to try and encourage companies to get young people into work, because young people during COVID were just not finding work, particularly people under the age of 25. So that's how I got that job. And then I did have administrative experience, and then I was able to find administrative jobs after that. But I was very lucky. I don't know if I would have been able to get administrative jobs if not for that specific job I got, because they all wanted experience in administration specifically. So did they not say that you were way too posh for a warehouse? Oh God. This joke has followed me ever since I moved to the UK, because I'm not posh, but every company I've worked at, they've always said, you see, you're too posh to be working here, Laura. And I'm like, I'm not posh though. So yes, that is a joke that I have heard at almost all of the jobs I've had, to be honest. I have an associate's degree I don't use, and a job that is loosely related to that degree. Yeah, I feel like that's the case for a lot of people. Simply too prim and proper. God. So sorry for bringing up that joke. Didn't know that. Oh no, it's fine. Don't worry. It's not a bad joke. It doesn't bother me at all. It's just funny because I'm not actually posh, but even people in the UK sometimes say that I'm posh or stuff like that. So, yeah, I don't know. It's kind of strange. I never considered myself to be posh at all. And I don't know why I talk like this either, because, I mean, I suppose my parents are fairly well-spoken, but weirdly enough, I'm the most well-spoken in the family. And I don't know why that is. I think it might just be because I grew up watching Pride and Prejudice, maybe? I don't know. I used to be really into Pride and Prejudice, and I was watching it from a very young age because me and my mum both love it. The BBC's 1995 adaptation specifically. And yeah, I've been watching that since a very young age. And maybe that's how I picked up. I don't sound like the characters in Pride and Prejudice, though. I'm definitely not that posh. But maybe that's how I picked up the way I speak. I don't want to be rude, but you come across as someone who has wealthy parents. This is what I get. I think people do assume that about me because of the way I talk. Because I think it's a social class thing in the UK. So the way you speak often reflects your class, but in my case it doesn't, because we're definitely not upper class. So not that I sound upper class. I don't think I sound upper class. I don't know. Honestly, the British class system confuses me. I don't know. Colin Firth, yes. The Mr. Darcy is Colin Firth. But also, me and my mum like to talk like the characters in Pride and Prejudice sometimes, because we think it's fun. We'll start talking like Lady Catherine du Bourgh, you know, for example. Did you close the door behind you? Nope. It's still open. UK folks seem very aware of social classes. Here in the US, most people don't care unless you're wealthy enough to recognize it, and then you're already in the upper class. Yeah, that is very true. It's kind of the same in France, and that's something that I guess I've had to adapt to a fair bit after moving to the UK, because people don't talk about social class in France, really. It is a thing because it's a thing in every country, but people don't really talk about it with each other. They don't separate each other really, unless you're obviously really, really rich in France, and then it's like, oh, well, okay. But otherwise, there isn't this clear separation in any way, really, in France with social class, from what I experienced. But then when we moved to the UK, very different. People are very conscious of social class in the UK. Gareth Smith, yes, I am in the UK. The keyhole on that door is cartoonishly large. It is, yeah. This is a very old door. She can't be posh if she listens to grime. Yeah, I don't think the upper class people listen to grime. I quite like grime. It's good. You are upper class. We are your subjects. You're class freaks. I can't with you guys sometimes. Are houses in the UK old houses that might be haunted? There are a lot of old houses in the UK. We live in an old house, for example. It's so old, in fact, and hasn't had much done to it that I think a lot of houses nowadays, even a lot of older ones, the flooring upstairs isn't like wood planks that are kind of like that wide. It's these big sections of wood that are made up of like, what's it called? You know, wood chips all stuck together and whatever, and then they just put it on the floor and it makes a very stable, flat floor. This house still has wooden planks, so it's very old. MDF, is it? Yeah, MDF. And it obviously has these old doors in it still. And this house has started, like the foundations are a little bit wobbly, so the floor isn't fully flat anymore since it was constructed. I can't really tell anymore. But when we first came to the house and we walked into the hallway, it was very obvious that it wasn't super flat, you know? And about the ghosts, we don't have ghosts, at least not as far as I'm aware. I hope we don't have ghosts. Hi, some cat. My house is from 1922. Is your house older? I don't know. I don't actually know what period this house is from. My dad knows, because my dad likes period houses and stuff. I don't. Well, I don't dislike them, but I'm not really bothered, if that makes sense. But yeah, I don't actually know. I don't think I've ever seen or used a door with a doorknob like that. Kind of cool. I suppose it is. But the thing is, that doorknob is really low down as well. Because I'm used to door handles being, I suppose, when I'm standing up kind of at this level. I don't know. But that, I have to bend down to open it. Let me show you. See this? That is how it's far down. I literally have to bend down a little bit to open the doorknob. It is really low. Yeah, I'm used to door handles being kind of at like this level, kind of. But that is low. And now she has a wiki feet page. Oh no. Oh well. It's closer for Mitzi, that is true. Although Mitzi hasn't figured out how to open doors yet. How tall are you? I'm 5'8", I think. 1.75 meters to be exact. It is a proper old door handle, yeah. Is your bed very low? I think my bed's a normal height. For a single bed, at least. But there are definitely higher beds than that exist. Well, you're tall. I am fairly tall. Hi, Laura. I hope you're keeping well. Would you consider yourself an intentional gamer / collector? Would you rather grander versions of fewer games as opposed to a bigger collection? Yeah, I consider myself a curated collector. So I want my collection to be very curated to my specific tastes, you know. So if there's any, I won't keep games that I buy if I play them and think, oh, that was okay, but I'm not that big of a fan of it. In that case, I'll probably sell the game down the road because I don't want a massive collection of games. I'd like to keep it quite personal and smaller. So basically just a collection of my favorite games, or games that I really enjoyed and know that I would probably like to replay. What kind of manga do you collect? Mostly shoujo manga. Shoujo is my favorite demographic when it comes to manga because I really like romance. And when it comes to romance, most of that falls into the shoujo demographic, though not all of it does. And also, shoujo does have a different vibe overall to shonen, even if you take a romance series that's also a shonen and a romance series that's also a shoujo. Oops, I hit my mic. They feel very different. It's interesting. I don't really know how to describe the difference between shoujo and shonen in terms of the way they construct narratives, write characters. But there's definitely a difference. But I do admire collector's editions. Yeah, collector's editions are cool. I'm not very likely to get many. I have the deluxe edition for FF7 Remake and Rebirth, and I'll get the deluxe edition for Part 3 when it comes out. And I have the collector's edition for Rune Factory Guardians of Azuma, but I'm not very likely to get many collector's editions in general. I kind of forced myself not to really get many. Everyone's talking about height in chat now. You like shoujo romance but never had a boyfriend / girlfriend. That's interesting how that worked out. It is, I suppose. Yeah. I love romance in fiction. I love fictional romance. We're very obsessed with height as a society. I have noticed that. Which is very strange to me because I don't really care, to be honest, about height. I used to care as a teenager because I was very aware that I was a lot taller than a lot of the other girls, and I was also taller than a lot of guys. And to be honest, I did not care at all when I was a kid. But then when I was a teenager, and there was all of this talk about like, oh, dating and all of this stuff going around. And then people were like, whoa, Laura, you're taller than all the boys. They're probably none of them are going to want to date you. Or, whoa, Laura, you're so much taller than me. And people just kept going on about my height. And then I started getting insecure about it. But now I'm not insecure about it anymore. I'm aware that I'm above the average height for women. And now I don't really care. You know? I'm like, yeah, I'm tall. And I'm not insecure about it anymore, but I was at one point. She prefers her man fictional. Yes, I am one of those people. Did my voice crack? I didn't even notice. Here she is! I've been streaming long enough for her ladyship to appear. Hello, Mitzi. It was about friggin' time. We've been waiting for you. She's been sleeping, I can tell. Do you want to say hi, Mitzi? Hey? Oh, maybe not. She's gone over there. Mitzi. I'm forcing her anyway. Is Mitzi posh? Mitzi, I wouldn't necessarily say Mitzi is posh, but she acts like she is a queen. But then she is a queen, aren't you? She knows she is. Do you want to say hi to Cloud, Mitzi? Look, it's Cloud. She's sniffing him. What about Aerith? Do you want to say hi to Aerith? She got down. Maybe not. Oh, she rubbed Aerith. She rubbed her face against Aerith's face. She likes Aerith. Aerith is approved by Mitzi. Oh, Zach redeemed a hydrate. That is true. Mitzi is wearing a tuxedo. So she is quite smart. Hmm? Mitzi, they can't see you. Stop destroying the carpet, Mitzi. Mitzi? Okay, then. She was destroying the carpet. No way that chair is comfortable. Yeah, it's not. I have to admit. This chair is not comfortable for long periods. To be honest, it's not as bad today. And I think it's because I've been moving around on the chair a lot more because I'm not focused on a video game. But usually, like yesterday, oh god, I had a backache when I finished the stream. Super Mithrandir, hi. Thanks for joining the stream. Yeah, cats do literally whatever they want. And they can't be told otherwise. Like, I can't stop Mitzi from doing what she wants. You can see where my glasses have been on my face, but that's okay. Could you get... yeah, I could get a cushion. I could get a cushion. I think the main issue, though, is how high up this goes, because this sticks into my... What do we call those bones? On... I can't remember the name of them. The middle of my back, and it hurts. Not my ribs. Oh, I can't remember the name of them, but tailbone. It's not my spine either, although it does kind of dig into my spine sometimes, but it's specifically the bones that that kind of move when you move your arm. I think they're called wing something. I can't remember. Everyone's just saying bone names. Shoulder blades, that's the ones. Yes, the shoulder blades. So it comes just below my shoulder blades, and so it's quite uncomfortable. I don't know why I thought they were called wings. I don't know. Yeah, shoulder blades. So, yeah, so if I've been sitting on this chair for a while, it starts digging into my shoulder blades and it can be quite uncomfortable. So I need to get a chair with a higher backrest, basically. We failed back to school. Yeah, maybe I do need to go back to school. Put a pillow up vertical behind you. Yeah, maybe I should do that. That might help. Laura has wings confirmed. Yeah, I do need a higher backed chair for support, yeah. That's going to be the next thing I buy for my setup, is a new chair. And it will be one of those good ergonomic desk chairs, yes. Oh, here she comes back, her ladyship. What are you doing? Mitzi, come here. Just her tail. Oh, an FF7 gaming chair would be... Mitzi, you're embarrassing me on stream, Mitzi. What is this inappropriate behavior? Oh, now she's just laying down. That's okay. That's okay. She does not care, though. She's just gonna lie down there, like that. Yeah, Mitzi is funny. Oh. Yeah, she's not... What? From her tail, it looks like she's not happy, but I don't know why, because I'm not doing anything. And maybe that's the problem. She wants attention. There's her tail. Oh, yeah, this side. Yeah. Yes, Mitzi is the main character of the show. She wants her chair. Maybe that's what it is, because yes, Mitzi does like to sit in this chair a lot. It means that I get a lot of fur on this chair that I have to wipe down. But that's okay. She's mad you showed her face on camera. Maybe she is. Are you upset I showed your face on camera? She's giving me the silent treatment now. Is Uranus your favourite planet? I don't know if I have a favourite planet, to be honest. Well, if I had to pick a favourite, it would be Earth. Because I think Earth is the best planet in our solar system. If not Earth, I don't know, maybe Mars or Venus. Oh, your Card Captor Sakura figure is the I Am a Dreamer one. Yes. It is the figure from the second opening of the anime. The outfit she's wearing. Saturn's got nice rings. And now we're having debates on the best planets. Honestly, I never know where things are going to go with these live streams. Yeah, Saturn does have nice rings. Neptune. Neptune is very blue. Mine is Saturn because of the Sega Saturn. That is a good point. Uranus would be censored. Yeah. Nate Cabbage. Goodbye, Laura. Dinner time for me. Enjoy the rest of your stream. Thank you. Thanks for joining. Bye-bye. Yeah, I like the fact that Earth has oxygen as well, Dr. Zivago. I agree. The other planets don't have oxygen. That knocks off 5 points. She's back to scratching the packing materials I've got down there. That's her latest hobby. I haven't ever played on a Sega Saturn. No, I never had one. Pluto is pretty cool if you consider it a planet still. I suppose so, yeah. They have oxygen. Do they? Or, well, maybe they have some, but I guess not enough for life. I don't know. There's a pink planet somewhere. That's a good point. There's got to be a pink planet out there somewhere. You just found a Resident Evil gaming chair? Now that's cool. To be honest, I know that there's Final Fantasy gaming chairs that exist. I might, at some point, maybe I would consider getting one of those. But for now, when I replace this, it's just going to be a nice ergonomic desk chair. You know, the types that they have in offices at companies. Not a gaming chair, because those are more expensive. Spira too. That's true, there is Spira, which is totally a real place, by the way. And that makes me think of FF10 and how I really want FF10 merch. It's Final Fantasy X's 25th anniversary this year, isn't it? And surely Square Enix is going to release some merch that's too expensive for what it is in order to rip fans off, and I will be one of the fans that falls and buys some, because I want a Universion of this. And a Tidus. Or Tidus. If you want to, whichever version you want to call him. Spira has Blitzball. That makes it pretty cool. I don't like playing Blitzball in FF10, but I don't mind. I like the cinematic scenes that has Blitzball in it. I like watching Blitzball. Yeah, I live there. Nice. I didn't know that people could watch me from Spira. There is a pink puffy planet. It's called Candy Flossius. I would want to go there. Can we do a poll? I want to see who says Tidus or Tidus. Oh god. Should we do that? Do we really want to spark the debate in chat? Let me put this down. Put all of this stuff down. I'm watching you, Mitzi. Don't mess with it, okay? Put this on the floor as well. Too much stuff in the way. Stay. and the sword. But I'm going to leave Cloud and Aerith on my desk. Because they need to stay there. There we go. Oops. Yeah, there is a Tidus plush. The Tidus plush is on eBay. It's out of stock on Square Enix's store. I know because I looked recently. Unfortunately, it's out of stock. I want it. It's like 60 quid on eBay, and I have been considering it, but the Yuna one, which is also out of stock, people have been trying to sell it on eBay for over $200. And I'm not paying that for Yuna. I love Yuna, but I'm not paying that for her. Oh, bye, Mitzi. Off she goes. If you can pronounce the word Tida in your native language, then there is no excuse to call him Tidus in 2026. That is true. Yeah, 200 is ridiculous. I'm not paying that much for a plush. No, thank you. But I'm really hoping that they're going to release a durable arts versions of Tidus and Yuna, because I will buy them. I'm hoping there's going to be figures and stuff. I'm just holding them up again because I can. That's better. My hair was weird. Sorry, that was again potential thumbnail. She will? About 10 times over? Arm, liver, and kidney as bundle for down payment. You don't like Squall and Rinoa? I do like them. Yeah. My favourite Final Fantasy characters, though, are Aerith, Cloud, Tidus, and Yuna. And I would say Tifa's up there as well. But if I was to pick which characters I wanted figures of the most, it's, you know, Cloud, Aerith, Tidus, and Yuna. I want merch of them the most. But I do like Squall and Rinoa a lot. Yeah, the multi-chat is functioning today, fortunately. I managed to fix it. Thankfully. Squall forever. Squall is very cool. I like Lulu and Quistis. Yeah. Lulu and Quistis are cool. I like Lulu a lot. Do you like Kingdom Hearts? I haven't played Kingdom Hearts yet, but I do plan to play it because, you know, Final Fantasy, so... Definitely a relief. No, it was grinding your gears. Yes, it was annoying me a lot. But now it's fixed, the multi-chat. How he made an entire outfit out of belts. Yeah. That's a whole talent right there. It's insane that he made a whole outfit out of belts for Lulu, and it actually looks cool. God knows how he did that. But yeah, I need the FF7 merch later this year, Square Enix, okay? I can't, you know, I shouldn't be encouraging your capitalist, money-obsessed trajectory. But I want FF10 merch. I want adorable arts, Tidus and Yuna, and something kind of like the Bring Arts line for Tidus and Yuna as well. And then all the other characters as well, you know, but especially Tidus and Yuna. That's all I want. And I will buy them. Thank you. I will place the pre-orders. I know that there's already figures of Tidus and Yuna, but they're not in stock anymore. And I don't really like them. The Kai Arts one of Tidus, I think. They probably announce it if they do a 25th anniversary stream like they did for FF7. That's a good point. Yeah. Nizuyul. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but thank you for the Prime sub. Thank you. Yeah, I hope they do some sort of anniversary stream, please, or something. I need the merch. Because I want the merch. I want it. Thank you. Because there's so much FF7 merch, and don't get me wrong, I'm happy about the FF7 merch, but what about the other Final Fantasies, you know? We did get quite a lot of FF9 merch last year, which is cool for the people that really like FF9, which, to be honest, I do like FF9 a lot since I've now played it, and I have been considering getting a Zidane figure or something, because Zidane's my favorite character from FF9. Second favorite character from FF9 would probably be Vivi. I love Vivi, but Zidane's my favorite from the game. Let Aerith pray for the merch. Yeah, I'll have to put her little closed eyes head on, and the other arms, so that I can put her in a praying position so she can pray for the FF10 merch. Have you played Dragon Quest? I've been playing through Dragon Quest 11. I haven't dropped it, but I've taken a break from it because I've gotten very far into the game. I've gotten past the first credit roll, but I'm at a section now where I'm very stuck and I'm gonna have to do a lot of level grinding. So I've been, you know, taking a break from it, but I will go back to it and finish it. And then I probably do want to try more Dragon Quest games. I actually have Dragon Quest 8 on PS2. So I will play that. Probably will be the next Dragon Quest game I play. What about training arts, Tidus? Let me Google that and see what he looks like. Training arts. Tidus. I know there's probably people complaining that I'm not saying Tidus, but that's okay. Oh, it seems to think, do you mean trading arts? Because that's what's coming up on Google, so maybe it's that. He looks okay. His face looks a bit off. He doesn't look too bad, but I don't know. I feel like they could do better than that. Yes, sorry. That's okay. You know, the amount of times that I misspell stuff or type the wrong thing or correct words that I started typing into the wrong word, you know? Vivi is adorable, felt really bad for him. Yeah, I love Vivi. It seems like Vivi is the most popular FF9 character because I think Vivi's merch always sells out really quickly, doesn't it? I think stories have sucked since FF10. like the Final Fantasy ones specifically. I haven't played 12, 13, or 15, or 16 yet, so I can't comment, but I do hear that a lot, that the following ones aren't as good in terms of story. But I'm interested to see how I feel about them. Dude, I want that new Yoshi game, to be honest. It does look quite cute, that Yoshi game. I also see arguments about Aeris versus Aerith. That's an interesting one. It doesn't surprise me. I have seen people online actually that really insist on calling her Aeris, which is fine. But it has been acknowledged that was a mistranslation. I'm pretty sure it was acknowledged that was actually an incorrect translation of her name, and it was supposed to be Aerith with a TH. So, but you know, it's up to them. If they want to call her Aeris with an S, then sure. Yeah, true. It's because of in Japan they don't have a TH, so they pronounce it Eris, I think. Eris, and then that's why there was the mistranslation that happened. FF12 can be a bit different and complex compared to others. Interesting. I think 12 is going to be the next Final Fantasy I play because I've already played 10. So I feel like I might as well play the other game in the PS2 generation, not including 11, because that's an MMO. I'd like to play 11 at some point, but I don't know how I would go about doing that. That might be a bit complicated. What about 6? 6 I will be playing. I think I'm going to play 12 next, and then I'm going to play through the pixel remasters that I have on Switch, and I'll go from 1 all the way through to 6 in order, probably. Some say 12 is boring, others love it. Interesting. There seems to be... The thing with 12 is I don't see many people talk about it much. But I don't see many people say that it's horrible either. It's kind of like some people love the game and other people don't like it. But I don't see, when people talk about Final Fantasies and the ones that are really bad, they usually talk about 13, 15, or 16. And I don't really see people talk about 12. It's almost like they forget it exists or something. Which is kind of sad. Play FF9, it's the best. I've played FF9. I finished it a couple weeks ago, actually maybe 3 weeks ago at this point. It is really good. I really like it. It's Cap Zero, thank you for the Prime sub. I think I prefer, well no, I suppose that I prefer FF7 and FF10 to FF9, but I do like FF9 a lot. I think I like it more than 8. We need Final Fantasy X remake. I wonder what an FF10 remake would be like. How many Final Fantasies are there? If we're talking about just the mainline Final Fantasies, there's 16 of them. There's also the FF7 remake trilogy. And then there's spin-off games like Final Fantasy Tactics and other stuff. No, they will ruin it. I don't know. I'm not against an FF10 remake, but I don't really know what they would do. I highly doubt they're going to do a 3-part compilation again, because that was really risky to do in the first place. And it's something that, even with how risky it is, they could only have attempted with 7. And it hasn't done as well as maybe they wanted it to. So I don't think they would do a 3-part remake of 10 if they were to do a remake, which I think is a good thing. I do like the FF7 remake trilogy, but I don't want them to make 3-part remakes a thing going forward with Final Fantasy. I'd rather they just did remakes as one game if they want to make remakes. I don't want them to do 3-part ones. Not even really 2 parts. Definitely not 3. Because it will take so long for all of it to come out. And just don't think it's necessary, you know? I can understand, I suppose, why they did FF7 remake in 3 parts. And like I said, I like the remake trilogy, but yeah, I just don't think it's... First of all, I don't think Square would do it anyway. They would, you know, they would be taking a very big risk doing it again with something that isn't FF7. As popular as FF10 is, I think that was a one-time only thing. As Cloud would say, it was a one-time gig. This was a one-time gig. When it's done, we're done. They already butchered the remasters. Do you trust them not to massacre it? Well, I like to try and to hope that the Square Enix isn't going to butcher it. And I think the other thing is, fans that do not like the remake trilogy are probably going to be much more apprehensive and concerned about Square doing anything to any of the other Final Fantasies and remaking those. And then people that like the remake trilogy aren't going to be as concerned because we like the remake trilogy, despite I understand the criticisms that fans have towards the remake trilogy. The fans that were fans of the original game and don't like the remake trilogy, I completely understand the criticisms that they have. I don't necessarily share their opinions with a lot of that stuff, but I understand the criticisms. And I think they're valid criticisms as well, to be honest. So I understand the concern there. I'm not as concerned as those fans would be, though. But I am still apprehensive because the thing is, any remake can end up being bad. Like, you can't fully trust developers and trust that they're going to land every time with every game they make. And you also, like, Square Enix has a somewhat dodgy track record, right? Anyway, with their games. Oh, Zach redeemed a hydrate. So, we'll see. I'm apprehensive. I'm not against it because even if they did a remake of 10 and they butchered it, I'd be like, well, they butchered the remake. Whatever, I still have the original game that I can play. And I do like the remaster of FF10. Though it is true that they could have done better with the face models that don't quite move properly. They're not as expressive, and there's other issues with the remaster. But yeah. Oh, they asked about an FF10 remake on Twitter previously. Interesting. Yeah, a lot of remakes. I don't think a remake of 10 is necessary. Not that a remake of 7 was necessary, but it made more sense, I suppose, to me, because there is a much bigger gap in video game graphics and various other things to do with video games between FF7 and now versus FF10 and now. So I don't know if they would even do a remake of 10 though. But I suppose if they did another remake with a Final Fantasy game, it would be 10. Because I think 10 is, out of the older games at least, the second most popular maybe. Or at least it's the one that sold the most copies after 7 maybe. Don't know. Out of the older games. But yeah, even I don't fully trust Square Enix to land an FF10 remake. I would be apprehensive. I don't trust any game developers to fully deliver. Like even Capcom, as great as Capcom have been recently, doesn't mean that they're going to continue the streak forever. The next Resident Evil game could be absolute crap. You never know. But yeah, with Square Enix though, I do understand the concern because they have been very, you know, I think the FF7 remake trilogy is fairly good, but then with other recent Final Fantasies that I haven't played yet, I don't know if those are good or not. The other thing is, my opinion on this might have changed more after I've played through all the Final Fantasies. After I've played through all the Final Fantasies, I might sit here and be like, yeah, okay, so Square Enix has been really fumbling Final Fantasy since 10. But I can't really comment on that much because I haven't played 12, 13, 15, and 16 yet. Nor have I played the Pixel games yet. No, they haven't. FF16 was great. I do know that there's people that really like FF16. You like real-time action more than turn-based fish? Ooh, be careful. You might be attacked or something. Although it's a safe space here, you'll be okay. Because we know that I've said before anyway that I do, for the most part, prefer real-time action to turn-based. For the most part. But that's not always the case. Just most of the time. Just don't expect a classic Final Fantasy. Well, yeah. The old style of Final Fantasy is not coming back, I don't think. Do you plan to play Chrono Trigger at some point? Yes, I will play Chrono Trigger at some point. Nah, turn-based is better. It peaked with FF10. That system was perfect. I do agree that the turn-based battle system that Square Enix, or should I say Squaresoft, was doing peaked with 10, that's for sure. I love the battle system in FF10. It's the best turn-based battle system I've ever played. Not that I've played a ton of turn-based games yet, but I've played a fair few now, and that is definitely my favorite turn-based battle system so far. It's so good. It's so satisfying. I love it. Did you play Professor Layton? I've played the first Professor Layton on DS, and I'm not a huge fan of puzzle games, to be honest. Even like that game, but I'd like to play more because it is good for your brain. And I did get enjoyment out of it. I probably just wouldn't play them that often. Okay. I think I'm going to have to end the stream here because I think we're going to be having dinner soon. So I will end the stream here. Oh, bye, Amber. Thanks for joining. So yeah, I'll finish the stream here. Thank you everyone for joining. And I will see you on Tuesday. I'll probably play more Tomb Raider. And then I don't know when the second stream next week will be, because the unit that my CRT is going to be sitting on is going to be delivered Wednesday next week. And I'll be setting that up. And once that's set up and I've filmed the video that I'm going to be making around it and everything, and that's done and sorted out, then I'll stream again. So I do plan to stream like twice or maybe even 3 times if I can next week, but we'll see how that goes. Tuesday is definite though. I will stream Tuesday and then we'll see from there. So thank you everyone for joining. For those that join on Tuesday, I will see you then. Thank you everyone. Bye bye.